Okay, welcome back again. My name is Kennedy Mututwa. I'm going to be presenting on what? On special senses, physiology of special senses with aging. All right. Um, I'll try to be quick because of time. So special senses are the senses that have specialized organ devoted to them. Special senses include the following. Okay, it may include the balance, it may include the vestibular, the sight, the smell, the taste, temperature. Okay, uh, it can also include the pain, right? So we experience the environment around us through our senses. So neurons relay this information via the central nervous system to the brain. If the central nervous system, okay, maybe say deteriorates or have a problem, okay, maybe as a result of aging or illness, then this flow of sensory information can also deteriorate. So now we'll be looking on the aging aspect. So as we age, the level of stimulation required to make the brain aware of a sensation also arises, effectively reducing the sensitivity of our senses. So a healthy lifestyle or a healthy environment and seeking medical advice if indeed you experience the loss of sensations earlier prior to the aging process, you might need to see a doctor. Okay, so now changes to sensory system. So as we age, the sensory function declines to contribute to the what? Increased isolation from the outside world, forcing us to adopt perceptual aids, glasses, hearing aids. So this has been demonstrated especially for hearing and the vision. Of course, a lot of people are putting on these glasses, right? All right. So now the moment now we start using all these hearing aids and whatever, to those people who might not have this, they'll be actually isolated from a lot of important decision making functions. Okay, so we'll try to lash down. Impaired sensory functions impact the quality of life of other people by influencing the way they experience the environment and react to stimuli and limiting social activities. Okay, like I said, may lead to isolation and also depression. So sensory deficiency has also negative consequences for somatic health, e.g. vision loss, increase the risk of falls and fracture, or factory loss complicates the detection of danger in the environment. So smoke, gas, poured food, such etc. So the senses of sight and hearing mostly are the one which are affected, and also the senses of what? Of tastes. At the end of the day, you lose the appetite of food, right? So other than smell dysfunction, the most frequent cause of taste dysfunction are prior upper respiratory infection, head injury, drug use, and idiopathic cause. So they also may have some chewing problems in which there's a loss of maybe some teeth. So at the end, they'll be choosy with what to eat. Some food they may want to eat, but they can't. People who have got taste disorder may benefit from the flavor. Maybe they start using the flavor enhancement and other things, which some point it could be good, some point it might lead to other side effects. Okay, effects of aging on the smell. Both the number of fibers in the olfactory bulb along with olfactory receptor decrease noticeably with age. The bulb loses secondary to the sensory loss in the olfactory mucosa, along with a general deterioration in central nervous system cognitive process function. So in short, let me say that when there is a factory problem or receptors, at the end of a time, you lose the sense of smell, which stimulate the taste buds and other thing, and you might not want to also eat. The other people, they experience the issue of Alzheimer's disease, okay, which is a mental issues, okay. Then on the issue of touch, if the touch also has been affected, okay, you might have a lot of problem with pain, temperature, pressure, vibration. Okay, the positioning, proprioception also will be a problem. So at the end, you may fall, you may injure yourself, you may touch a hot thing, and at the end you'll be burnt. Okay, so outer sensation can lead to a lot of risk, right? Like injury, frostbite, hypothermias, yeah, pressure sores, and any other thing. Otherwise, from the reference, you can take reference from Physiology Basic of Aging and Geriatrics by Pora. Tamiras. Thank you. Otherwise, thank you for the attention.